Hello everyone, welcome to the Corner Library in a corner of the garden, obviously. It's such a beautiful day today. I thought we could all sit outside and chat books. So grab yourself a cuppa, whatever that may be, and let's sit down and have a chat for a little bit. So a couple of things. I am outside. It is Sunday the 24th of August, early in the morning. You will hear geese honking, birds chirping, farmers are using their tractors, and there are people mowing, all sorts of things. You'll hear the chickens. So just to let you know that if you hear any of those noises, it's quite normal out here. But I thought it would be just something a little different rather than sitting inside without this beautiful sunshine. So what have we got today? It is a beautiful day. It has been... We've had these sort of days probably for the last few days, if not a week. Yeah, look, we always want rain. I always say that to you. We always need rain. But it is lovely to have these cooler days with sunshine and the blue sky. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's the first thing. The other thing is I want to say thank you all for joining me. Thanks for joining today. If you haven't already, please do think about subscribing. It is free and it will then give you notifications on your devices when I upload a new video. It also helps to bring a community together, I think, and we can chat. We really love your comments. I have been a little remiss with responding to the comments lately. I have taken a bit of time only because I have been busy with a few projects, but that will all be revealed in good time, and then you'll understand why I have been taking my time responding. I haven't been taking my time responding, it's just I don't have time to respond as quickly as I wish. So yes, we love your comments. Please do subscribe if you are interested in this channel, if it interests you at all, and let's get into it then. Right, so quite a few weeks ago, I showed you this. This is the turn glass. This is from Tea Leaves and Reads in England. This is a book. It has a particular name. It's called a Tate Baish, I think it is, a Tate Baish, which means that the book is split into two and it's head to toe with the other. This is one story, but it's two stories combined to make one story. It is a mystery. In fact, the two stories are mysteries. This one is set in the 1880s, and then we turn it over and it's set in the 1930s from memory. Now this is by Gareth Rubin and is, let me just see everyone, it is by Simon & Schuster, 2023. So really, having read it, you could read either first. You can either begin in 1880, where the story sort of begins, or we get some answers, or do we really? It's really interesting, everyone. And this is 1930s. You could even begin here and then go back in time. So it doesn't matter which way you read it. There is a mystery here. Our main protagonist, or the story centres around a doctor by the name of Simeon Lee, and we begin here with him and a few mysteries that he helps solve or resolve, and then we have many years later, 50, 60 years later, something happens in this house in the 1930s that requires answers from this. So you can read either. It's not going to give anything away particularly. So, but probably because this is the 1880s, this is the earlier story, most of you will probably want to begin here. This one is signed by the author. I was lucky enough to have it signed. Tea Leaves and Reads they have a lot of books that are signed by authors, that have sprayed edges, they're hardcovers, absolutely beautiful. I do recommend this. It's really quirky, it's really interesting. I have actually never read a novel where we have two head to foot stories. It's brilliant. 2 timelines, absolutely brilliant, and I do recommend it. It's a wonderful way to read. It's interesting, and yeah, it's a really good story. Okay, the next one, which I'm really, really excited about, this is Miss Beaton's Murder Agency by Josie Lloyd. This is HQ Fiction, by the way, and I think it's 2023. These two were bought from Tea Leaves and Reads. I've just finished this, and I absolutely love it. Now, our protagonist, Miss Beaton, is a distant relative of the original Mrs. Beaton, who had the everyday cookbooks in the 1880s. Oh, and she had household hints and things like that. So we have her distant relative who in current day has an agency for domestic help. So chefs, chauffeurs, housemaids, so on. She has this agency. She's a little old-fashioned, even though this is current day, and there are some more modern terms and expressions. I found it really... Look, I just found this really good fun. It's comfy, cozy, it's intriguing. In amongst all of this too, everyone, our current Miss Beaton has recipes and quotes from Mrs. Beaton's Household Hints and the Everyday Cookery book, and the Essential Beaton as well, which I'll discuss those in a minute. But this is a murder mystery, and our current day Miss Beaton gets to solve it. It's witty, it's interesting. As I say, throughout it there are, I'll just show you, I just popped a marker in there. It has recipes from Mrs. Beaton's cookbook, for tiffin, all sorts of things, but they are in amongst the story. So for this recipe, we have our Miss Beaton baking and making from this particular recipe. And earlier she made some biscuits and Christmas cake from this recipe. So it's not just recipes plonked in the middle of the pages. They are recipes that our current Miss Beaton is baking from. We also in here, she does quote her distant relative, Mrs. Beaton. There are household tips and things like that. I love this. Now this is around about, I think 300 and odd, yeah, around about 370, 380 pages. It's a really good read. This was a hardcover. I recommend it. It's really good fun. If you want a comfy, cozy, interesting, witty, also some historical facts, then I recommend this. And I really do, actually this might be 2024, I think, now that I say that. I think I told you 2023, didn't I? This is English, and it's an English author. Yeah, no, I was wrong, everyone. It's 2024. I do hope that Josie writes some more of these, because I really enjoyed it. Now from that, of course, we have Mrs. Beaton's Everyday Cookery, and this one is her Essential Beaton. Isabella Beaton she was. I love these. I think this is from the original 1893 version. It's as small as they would have been. It's not a cumbersome cookbook at all. And throughout it we have adverts, and we have lovely coloured plates. It's really in the style that would have been in her original book. It is actually her original book that's just been republished. So it tells you all the cuts of meat. Not that I'm a meat eater, but it tells you the cuts of meat and all the vegetables and things like that. So and the type of molds that you use for jelly molds or any other sort of mold that you need. It's really lovely. So I do actually, just going off the back of Miss Beaton's Murder Mystery, I actually do recommend that. If you're interested in cookery or you're interested in household tips, then these are certainly the books for you. This, and of course, I'll just read you the back of this. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was a fan of Mrs. Beaton, and he writes here, more wisdom to the square inch than any work of man. So that was quite a good recommendation from our Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So this also has just etchings and things throughout it, but it gives you again, it's the cooking, more of the cooking, whereas this one does have housekeeping in it as well. So I recommend those because they're a really good little, even relevant today. Some of it isn't, but it's also very interesting to see what they had in the late 1800s in England. Now, quite a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, I told you that I was waiting for some books from Abby's Bookshop in Sydney. Quite a few months ago, I think it was in May, I ordered a box of books, and Abby's Bookshop did tell me that 3 of the books were on back order. Well, they came for me just this last week, and I thought I would show you. Now, a lot of you will have seen this one. Some of you may have read it. It has great reviews, and I have just flicked through it, and I'm really excited to be reading it. This is the paperback version of Jane Austen's bookshelf, The Women Writers Who Shaped a Legend, and that is Jane Austen. This is by Rebecca Romney. Sorry, everyone, the little bit of a breeze is blowing my hair around. So this is by Ithaca and is approximately, what have we got here, everyone? We have an index and bibliography. So cutting all of that out, oh my goodness, the bibliography is huge. Appendix, that's also huge. So the actual novel is 323 pages, and then we have another, easily 150 in bibliography and acknowledgements and index. I'm really looking forward to this. This is, Rebecca writes about the books and the authors that Jane Austen read and admired. So I'm looking forward to that. And it comes greatly recommended. I have been waiting, as I say, since May. Actually, I ordered it in April. Sorry, the first lot of books came in May, but I ordered that in April, and so it's taken a long while to get here. Now, these others didn't take a long while, but because this one was on back order, I just told Abbey Bookshops that it was okay. I was happy to wait for these other 2. This is Jean Goodhin's Jane Austen Murders. Now, Jean is... it's a pseudonym for her real name, which is Lizzie. I can't remember. I don't know if it's got it in here, actually. No, I don't think it has it in here. I'll tell you in the subtitles. Her name is it Lizzie Lind, I think, or Lizzie Lee? I'll confirm that for you. But anyway, it's Jean Goodhin is her pseudonym. She has written a lot of books. With a similar title with murder in it. Murder at the... Let me have a look, actually. She might have it in here because I can't remember. Murder, Bed and Breakfast, Menu for Murder, Walking with Murder, and the Jane Austen Murders. This, I'll read the back of it so that I don't get it confused. I haven't started it yet. As I say, I've only just received these this week. Or was it late last week? Honey Driver is thrilled when members of a film crew check into her hotel. They offer her work as an extra in their sumptuous new flick about Jane Austen. Honey jumps at the chance, any excuse to don a corset and a frilly bonnet, but soon finds out showbiz isn't all it's cracked up to be. The cameras have barely begun to roll when the film's leading lady is found dead, slumped over her dressing table in a pool of her own blood. So I can't wait to read that. Now, this one is really interesting, and I have been after this for quite a while. I've had my eye on it for a couple of years, actually. This is Ken Methold's In Search of Jane Austen, An Investigation of a Life. Now, I'll read the back of it because it will explain it a lot better than I can. So, after Jane Austen's death at the tragically young age of 42, her brother Henry published a brief biography of her life, which seemed to contradict the views of others who'd known her. Intrigued by the mystery of the conflicting stories, the Prince Regent's librarian asked Regency playwright and amateur detective Sarah Kedron to uncover the truth about Jane. Sarah takes up the challenge and interviews family members, publishers, friends, in fact everyone who could throw some light on the matter. Now, it is fictional, but it is actually true that Jane Austen's brother did write a book that seemed to conflict with some of the ideas and thoughts of Jane, of her contemporaries at the time. So, but this is a fictional story. So I'm really looking forward to this. This one is by, so it's historical fiction. Let me have a look. Everyone. This was 2019. And who are you by? Who are you published by? AIA Publishing. This was published in Australia, actually. And it is approximately 205 pages. We have a publisher's note here. What does that say? Oh no, that's just saying if you enjoyed the book that they would be grateful for us to sign up to their email. So I'm really looking forward to this. It does say here a little bit more. This fascinating account of Jane's life is based on a wide reading of works on Jane's life and career as a Regency novelist. As the mystery unfolds, the reader gains insights into the character of a most unusual woman who persisted in writing the book she wanted to write in spite of family and financial difficulties. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Ken Methold was quite elderly when he died. I think he was well into his 90s, but he has since passed away. So I'm looking forward to that. The Jane Austen murders. I love my murder mystery, but this combined with Jane Austen, I can't wait. Oh, and by the way, this is Joff Books, published by Joff Books. I think this is it's 2022. And it was published in Great Britain, in 2022. And what did I say this was? Around about 260 odd pages. And I told you this one, the amount of pages in there. It has quite a big bibliography and index. Of course, the classic Mrs. Beeton's. I recommend these. I know that they're old, but they do have some relevance. And the cooking is really interesting and beautiful. There's some really beautiful recipes in here. Even though I don't eat meat, there are some beautiful recipes with like desserts and vegetables and garnishes and things like that. This one I absolutely enjoyed and I loved it. I think, look, definitely put it on your to be read pile if you enjoy the whole idea of a story about not Mrs. Beeton, but allegedly a distant relative, and a murder mystery. There's wit. It's really good fun. I loved it. The story and the writing very, very vaguely. That sounds strange. I should just say it's vaguely reminded me of Alexander McCall Smith in his the Corduroy Mansions and 42nd Street. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this one. And this was so unusual. It was really interesting. The first bit, of course, this is a bit gothic. We go to an island that is cut off at different times depending on the tides. Really interesting. And then, of course, it's then meshed in with this story in the 1930s, or quite the other way round. It's really interesting. I loved it. So I do recommend all of those, everyone. I'm even recommending the ones I haven't read because I have seen a lot of good reviews on them. And of course, anything to do with Jane Austen, I mean, really, it can't be bad, can it? So that's that. Okay, I think it's going to be a short one today. One thing I did want to let you know, a few weeks ago I told you that we were building a new chicken run. We've laid out basically where we want the new chicken run, but later today, Mark and I want to really set out the fence line, and I will take some footage of that, which may not be available on this for you this episode. What I may do, we're going to set it out today, and then during the week I will start digging the post holes. So I may actually just film that during the week and today as well, and then show you next week, because then there will just be more interesting content. You know, you'll see a little bit of a progression rather quickly. So I think I'll do that. But Mark and I are going to do that today. We're going to at least set it out, if not begin the digging out of the post holes. So that's it, everyone. I hope it hasn't been too noisy. I hope it hasn't been too windy. I do have just the camera microphone on today, purely because the other microphone I'm still a little concerned about its effectiveness. I may just have to bite the bullet and buy a whole new microphone. I think I told you last week I'm thinking of buying a microphone that just sits on my lapel, but I have to take the time out to go and investigate that, so I may do that. So hopefully it hasn't been too windy. Hopefully the geese haven't been too noisy. I can hear that the farmer next door mowing, actually. So can you hear that? I'm not sure if you can hear that. Anyway, I will leave you be. I know that you're all busy people. Hopefully you have had your cup of tea. Mine has gone a little cold. That's okay. And I will see you next Monday. It'll be Sunday for me, but next Monday for you. So in the meantime, everyone, look after yourselves, take care wherever you are in the world, keep cool, hydrated, keep warm and hydrated, and I will see you next week. Happy reading, everyone. Bye for now.